Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 live stream. Welcome to Morgantown, Virginia. That's right, West Virginia to be precise. On a flight from Virginia to Dulles, Washington Dulles International Airport. This is your typical Flylex flight, 130 nautical miles. But we'll be doing two flights today at least. We'll be doing this flight, short hop, and then the second flight we'll be doing one of the new Irishman South America NewSky flights. Ooh, yeah, bye. I'm excited. We'll give that a shot live on stream. How terrible can it be? It's gonna be all grand, folks. It's gonna be grand. Hopefully your weekend's been fantastic. Hopefully you've got some good simming in. Are there fun things in your life going on? I've had a good 2 days. I did a bunch of flights on Friday. Did some real life stuff, some adulting stuff, and then afterwards locked myself in the house and did a lot of flying. And Saturday did a couple flights, but my friend and I we did about it's wild to know when you look back at how long you played a game. Like a friend and I, we did almost 6 hours worth of gaming. So we end up beating Borderlands 4, thankfully. And that game just annoys me. It annoys me. I don't like the way the NPCs level up. I don't like that it's so difficult to get a better weapon. It just annoys me. So I'm glad to be done with that game. And probably never touch it ever again. Probably never ever touch it again. It's one of those things where, like, I liked the previous Borderlands games, but I think my taste in games has changed quite a bit. I think it's changed quite a bit. J. Russ, welcome on in. Jumping in to say hello. Happy Sunday to you, J. Russ. P2's in the middle of the Olympics. Canadian versus the US of A's. Ooh, interesting. Go Canada is what P2 says. Sing, welcome in. Kubi, happy Sunday to you. Welcome on in. Aviation on top, welcome on in. Good flight, sounds good. Good stream. Thank you for that, Kubi. Barry, welcome on in. Weapon. Oh, what weapon was I using? I was using I swapped between an SMG and a rifle. I don't remember which one it was, though. And, well, here's the thing. The thing is my friend, he was having no issue staying alive. I was having issues staying alive. But I was doing more damage. And then we looked at our damage, and we looked at our health, and his health was less than mine, along with his shield. It was really weird. It was very, very weird. But we're done with that. We moved on. We played about an hour of Dead Island 2, which we got free via Epic way back when. And then I got sick and nauseated, and so did he. So we turned off motion blur, and we'll see if that helps for the next time we play it. But he did buy Diablo 4, and we're going to play the Vessels of Hatred DLC next. I'm super excited, because I'm super excited for the new DLC that's coming out, which I can't remember what it's called. Blessed of Hatred? I don't know, something. Whatever the next one's called, that comes out in April. Super excited for that. I also have issues staying alive, but IRL. Oh, Jesus, P2. That was dark. That was dark and twisted. I like it. All right, let's hop into the cockpit. So I actually did. I did a thing. And it's funny how the mind works sometimes, because on the last stream, which was Friday, right? On the last stream, I said that I don't think I'd be buying Fsrealistic Plus because I don't see the advantages of it. Well, then I did a couple flights without it, and you know what? There's enough little things that I like about it that I was like, all right, whatever. Here's $8, you can have it. And it does pretty good. It does. I do like having it. Now that I didn't have it for a couple days, is it necessary? Absolutely not. Would I recommend buying it full price? Absolutely not. But if you have it already and you're just going to be paying for the upgrade, it's $8. It's $8, adds a couple little effects that you might like. Dial in the settings to your preference, and all is well. You were probably playing with higher aggression. Possibly. I don't know. I don't remember. We played on normal difficulty. And I know that game you have to really move an awful lot. You have to move like every, you know, so that you don't get targeted. But, you know, 'tis life. 'Tis life. So let me go ahead and get Beyondatc connected to ground here in Morgantown. Perfect. Over here to the left-hand side, let's go ahead and get the electric flight bag. Maddie, welcome on in. Thank you for the $4 US. Thank you so much, Maddie. Happy to see you. Hopefully everything's going great for you. You are a legend here. Maddie just comes on in, drops a couple dollars, and says, mic drop. Maddie's been a long time. Uh-oh, what happened here? Calculate takeoff. Maddie's been a long time. Plan exceeds takeoff weight. Uh-oh. Oh, for the runway? Oh, that could be a problem. Let's see. Optimum takeoff. So do we do more flaps then? Flaps 10? Nope. Takeoff not allowed. Planned weight exceeds maximum weight. Oh, we got too much weight. Okay. Where's the weight at here? Alright, let's just adjust the weight manually here. Let's just fudge the numbers. Because that's what they do in real life. They just fudge numbers. There you go. See? Ah, just like that. Problem solved. Alright. Battery on. Ground power on. Nav switches. And let's go ahead and do this. We're going up to flight level 210 on this flight. Bam. And then we'll get the APU firing on up. Seatbelt sign, no smoking sign, electric, emergency exit lights. Jesus. Back on down below here, let's go to FMC, position in it to next page, grab the GPS, go back a page, drop it in, go to route, request it, and get it all set in the system. Bring up the little tablet dude here. Go to ground and stairs. Alright, that's all good. Barry says, today in Europe, the weather is super bad. Very scary flight. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. I replied to your Discord message today, sorry. That's to Maddie. And, yeah, Maddie's amazing. Amazing guy. Absolute legend. Big boned aircraft. Oh, Jesus. I'm on a mission today to make good ramen. Ooh, ramen. I think I talked about it before, but the ramen... I don't eat because when I was younger, my mom would... we're talking about the cheap crap. My mom would give me so much of it. Because we didn't have a lot of money, so we ate what we ate. Morgantown ground United 5045, ready for IFR clearance to Dulles. See, I am waiting on more liveries to fly the 737-600. Ooh, the iFly livery, or sorry, iFly, the Flylex livery. I know RJ's working on the MD-11. I absolutely love the 600, man. This plane is so much fun. And I don't know how to explain it. I really do not know how to explain. But I absolutely love this plane. I wish I could give you like an answer.
Expect flight level
I really do.
10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.905.
Alright, load this jazz. Execute it. 210.
United 5045.
And let's go ahead and release this dude.
When ready for pushback or engine start.
Operation procedures of the 737-600 is the same as the 800? Probably. I can't see there being much of a difference between the two. They're very, very similar planes. It's just, this one's just a short guy. You know, it's like the 319, 321. Procedures are pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Let's go into, what, here, and then doors. Got the doors taken care of. Let's send this guy back over. Did I do this already? I didn't do this yet. Hold on. Jumping the gun here. Okay. 1 in 31. 1 in 31. Takeoff. Flaps 5. DGs. Alright. Departure runway 36. Arrival runway 1 right. Via Gib. And Morgantown transition. Altitudes changed. Didn't I do that right? Oh, no, I didn't. 210. Execute. Valid altitude. Alright. Why does it keep changing? 210. Unable to. What? What? Alright, let's do it here. 210. Constraint. Okay. Oh, because there's a constraint. It won't let me do it. Fascinating. $210. I'll just change it at all these guys here. We'll do this. Alright, good enough for me. And then we'll bring this guy over here to this page. There we go. Now let's send this little tablet dude over here. Good, grand, beautiful. Oh, that's looking good there. Let's go ahead and get pushback. Morgantown ground, United 5045, ready for pushback and engine start. I pretty much nailed the recipe for the ramen. Up levels Shin Black Ramen.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face south, United 5045.
Alright, face the south. So let's go ahead and get a pushback, dude. It still blows my mind that there isn't more pushback tools. It's like the world of flight simming relies on GSX. And it seems kind of weird. Seems kind of weird. Like they've monopolized the market. And that would be okay if it was like the best thing ever. But it's not, you know, anything to rave about. Their pushback, at least. Like it works. It's just nothing to be like, wow, it's, you know, there never needs to be anything better, or there never can be anything better because it's the best. That's not the case. Go away. Enough with the airs. Okay. 537. Oh, I also have the new Boris sound pack for the 736 working. That came out yesterday. I'm a creep. Yep, I said it. I'm a creep, and I stock his Discord. And in his Discord, he had said on Friday that he was working on it, and that he had pushed it off to Orbex to get it in the store. And it's in the store now. It is in the store, and I love it. But, you know, the default sounds are pretty good, too. The default sounds are actually pretty good. I just prefer the Boris ones because they're not as loud and aggressive. So, like, when I'm doing, you know, when I'm watching a TV show or a movie or something on YouTube, in the background when I'm flying, I don't have to worry about it being overly aggressive. Canada is trailing 1-0 in the second period, 5 minutes to go. Man, this game is making me nervous, ISIS. Canada's got to win that. That's like a Canadian sport. Morgantown ground, United 5045, ready to taxi to the active. Alright, let's bring this to both. Continuous, gens, AP off, leads off, packs are autos. Good to go. Let's fly. Throttle up. So the weather here is a little frightful, but in Dulles, you know, it's not great, but it's better than it is now. Apparently the east coast of the U.S. is going to get slammed with another awesome storm. And I say awesome sarcastically. That's a bump. Alright, going all the way down to Alpha. So I pretty much all I did yesterday was flew my iFly flights. Or did I do? No, yeah, just all iFly flights. It's a good route I had. It was O'Hare to Louisville. Louisville to where? No, hold on. No, it was O'Hare to Dayton. Dayton.
Contact tower 125.1. United 5045.
I think to Morgantown, and now Morgantown to Dulles. This is the final leg of it. I'm missing one. There's supposed to be 4. Morgantown Tower United 5045, ready to go, runway 36. Alright, auto throttle is engaged. Landing lights are on. We lost the gold to US in the women's final in overtime. It was heartbreaking. Oh, Jesus. Alright, clear for takeoff. Those heartbreaking ones are the killers, man. I don't really follow the Olympic stuff, but for me, you know, watching the Bulls, which has always been my thing, but watching them, you know, in recent years, lose to heartbreaking losses because they suck. Alright, throttle coming up. This is nail biters. They're exciting and fun, but when your team doesn't win, it's so devastating. You know what I mean? It's so devastating.
80 knots.
80 knots, checked.
V1.
Rotate. Throttle up. Or throttle up. Yoke up.
Positive rate.
Gear. Jesus. A little bouncy up here. Okay. A little aggressive. Heading mode. VNav.
Contact Cleveland Center 126.95. United 5045. Have a good morning.
That off.
Cleveland Center, United 5045. Good morning. 2,500 feet.
United 5045, Cleveland Center. Good morning. Radar contact. Climb
Flaps up one
flight
notch.
level 240.
Up to 240. Oh wait, 240.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. United 5045.
I thought I had 210. Whoopsie daisy.
United 5045, Cleveland Center. Expect Gibbs 5, runway 1 right.
We'll expect Gibbs 1, or sorry, Gibbs 5, runway 1 right, United 5045.
United 5045, turn right, heading 165.
165.
Turn right, heading 165. United 5045.
United 5045, cleared direct Morgantown.
Direct to Morgantown.
Resume home navigation.
Cleared direct Morgantown. Resume
Oh, we can't pick up speed. Having trouble, like, getting some speed. Bring that nose down a little bit more. See if that helped. Trying to get rid of the flaps. Alright, we're direct to Morgantown now, which is right there. So let's go ahead and put in direct. There's Morgantown. LNAV engaged. Let's bring that nose down a little bit more. Alright. AP is on. See if I can go down here and see if I can fix the... How do I do that again? Climb 240. Yep, that's right. Alright, we want to swing these guys back over the 240 because I thought it was 210. 240/240. Execute. And then next page slash... I'm gonna keep that at 21. Whatever. Legs. Alright. Go cooking gas. Breaking out of the clouds. $10,000 feet. Landing lights, taxi lights are off. And we can get those wipers turned off, I suppose, too. Whoops. I did the wrong one. Okay, there we go. We're cooking. Okay, what we got going on in chat? Sorry. Misty Apex, welcome in. Good morning. And I'm on a mission to make my own liveries. Ooh, really? Your own liveries? I tried. I gave up. I tried and gave up. Did you make any changes to Fsrealistic for the 737? Looks too aggressive during landings. If so, yeah, I made tremendous adjustments to it. ETOPS, tremendous adjustments to it. I've already learned Blender and GIMP. Now just trying to figure out the folder structure. Yeah, the folder structure is where I got lost. That's where I got lost the most, and that's what frustrated me. I made my model in Blender. It looked pretty cool, but I could not figure out the folder structure and yeah, I downloaded the file off of Flight Sim. I think it was Flight Sim TO, where it like automatically supposed to make it for you. That didn't work. It didn't work. There is a fight broken in the game. Well, there's a fight. Oh, in the hockey game. Of course there is. Canada's men's won gold in curling, though. Well, okay, there you go. There's that. Curling is too hardcore for Canadians now. That finger looking the wrong way, P2. I played curling for the first time this week. Banged my knee twice. Wiped out once. It's so hard. Really? It doesn't look like it'd be that difficult. But, you know, I think that's a lot of sports. I've never seen Canadians so fired up for something not hockey related. At the end of the day, did he cheat or not? Canada scored 1-1. Also, this is football bowling. What? This is football bowling? I'm lost. Like always. Like always. Alright, climbing up to flight level 240. I swear it was. Let me see. Huh. They said 240. SimBrief gave me 210. So I was correct. But I think that restriction's what what Beyondatc is taking. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, ILS is 110 and a 1. Good. 110 and a 1. Great. And 011 for the course. Okay. Altimeter. And minimums are 512. 512. Yep. And 512. Perfect. Alright, that's all set, ready to go. So we'll end up making a turn to the left for the arrival. Should be pretty simple, hopefully. Yesterday, I almost jumped into Sim Update 5. I'm very curious about it. I almost did it, but I decided not to because our new update came out on Friday. I was so close to doing it though. It's just right now chase plane does not work, which means Fsrealistic Plus does not work. And I don't care about the Plus so much, but it's chase plane I like. And I have to go in there and change all the camera views again. You know, again, it's not the end of the world, but it's for a beta, and then I have to go back. Here's my question is, from what I'm gathering, Sim Update 5 beta has been pretty stable for the most part. Again, this is just from what I gather. I wonder what Parallel 42 is going to do. Are they I'm assuming they're working on the new camera API. I just wonder how long it's going to take for them to get it out. Is Sim Update 5 going to be out first before there's a chase plane update?
November 500 Sierra Foxtrot. Contact Washington Center 133.65.
I also wonder how much communication has Parallel 42 had with Asobo with the camera API. If they have known about the camera API thing that is going to be changing, wouldn't it make sense to wait to release chase plane until Sim Update 5? I know from the financial aspect it makes sense to sell it, but at the same time, people who bought it in 2020 got it for free, so it's only 2024 users, right? Yeah, Chase Plane was free, but Flow you had to pay an extra $2 or something. I think it was something like that. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it all works out. Reset altimeter. No. Oh, top of the sense right there. Alright. I guess I should reset altimeter. Okay, so...
November 931 Sierra Juliet.
let's do 4,000.
Landing runway 27.
Alright, 4,000 in the box.
Washington Co. Airport.
End of the second period, 1-1, and another fight broke out. That's hockey for you. That is good old hockey.
United 5045. Contact Washington Center 133.65.
And he says, hey, just like you, I might end up... Hold on. Might be ending my iFly sub. The tracker is too glitchy, amongst also what you said on with it evolving rapidly and not really clear in its direction. So I think it's a great product. I have no issues with the tracker. I have zero issues with the tracker. The tracker's been phenomenal for me, personally. But yeah, I do think that it's, you know, it's evolving rapidly. He's making changes, which is good, which is very, very good. I won't say that's bad at all, because that's great. He's made it very clear, he's been very transparent that it's early access, careers can be wiped and all that jazz. I'm kind of treating it right now as just another thing to do some routes with. Although it makes no sense what I'm doing, because I'm doing United with APL and iFly tracker. It's kind of dumb on my part. So yeah, I don't know. I got a couple days yet to make my decision if I'm gonna renew for another month. Part of me is like, yeah, I want to, but part of me is like, not really. I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air with it all. I think, again, I think it's a phenomenal career mode. A phenomenal career mode. I think it's going to be, once it's done, I think it's going to be really, really cool. Once it evolves into whatever the ultimate goal is going to be, I think it's going to be, a major competition in the aspect of airliners and career mode. But I think he's still trying to fine-tune things, get it all figured out, you know, that kind of jazz. Again, I love his transparency. I love his openness in his Discord. It's great to have that. It's fantastic to have that. And even if he doesn't agree with something, he's willing to listen to people, have that conversation. You know, there's been lots of talk about like long hauls and you know, people manipulating the system and that kind of jazz. And like, I get that. It's no matter what kind of, if you offer any sort of a leaderboard system, people are going to manipulate it. That's just how it is, right? That's what people do. And with something like this, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It honestly doesn't really matter. Now, should there be things that, you know, in place to try to avoid as much of it? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But, you know, regardless, there's going to be people that go in there and you know, find ways to cheat the system. And all they're hurting is themselves, because you're not doing, you know, you're not getting any money out of it, real life money. You're not getting any reward out of this, right? Other than, oh, I'm number one. You're number one at what? Faking that you did a bunch of flights? You know? I don't know. It's kind of weird when people do it like that. I don't get it. Like, I'll get, like, the whole, you know, cheat codes in video games, right? Single-player ones where you're struggling on something, you need a little help. I get all that stuff. Absolutely. I've done it. I'm very guilty of it. Oop, I forgot the button here. But in any kind of multiplayer online environment, like, there should, you know, play the thing. Do what you're supposed to do with it. I just don't get it. It's definitely a great option for the price, but I feel like it doesn't compensate for how bugged these experimental planes and the simulator we use itself. I don't know. I haven't had any issues with the tracker. You say you had issues with the tracker. I've not had any problems with the tracker at all. That's been flawless. Well, okay, not flawless. I did have a minor issue at one point. What was it? It was like this. I was doing a second flight, and I didn't close out the tracker. It said I tried doing the second flight, and it thought I was somewhere else. So I just closed out the tracker, relaunched the tracker, and all was fine. There would be nice, like, to have like a save state option But also, I don't want that because that's just another thing that's pinging your CPU. You know, it's saving your, you know, I don't know if I want that. It's kind of play with fire in that aspect.
United 5045.
But for me, it doesn't matter as much because I do these short hops. I can understand for people who do long hauls, where, you know, you're 6 hours in out of your 8-hour flight, and, you know, the sim crashes. That sucks. You know, now you have to restart your tracker, restart the flight all over again. But the same's with APL. At least with iFly tracker, you can just hit the complete button if you really want to. You know, so you can just spawn at a place where you were, and do the last 2 hours, and then land, and then call it good. You know, so you can hit the complete button, right? Like APL doesn't have a way to if you lose it, you lose it. That's it. And I've had that happen with APL more times than I would like. But it's definitely happened with, not recently, but there's definitely been a couple times where APL just froze on me, and you're just screwed. Which I complained about before because I was like, APL should have a thing where you get, you know, maybe one per month it generates of if you don't use it, you lose it kind of thing. But one bugged flight skip or something reward, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Let's see, I've done a 4-hour flight and only the last 20 minutes counted. Oh really? Only the last 28 minutes counted? That's interesting. I guess I'd have to check to see how that's been. I haven't verified that aspect of things, but I could check that after this flight. See if it's actually tracking the time correctly. I think it is though, because I only get paid $70 a flight hour currently with United, and I'm up to, I think I have like 700 in the bank out of 14 flights. I guess I have to do the math, but maybe that doesn't sound right actually. But I mainly fly the EJET, so that plane randomly climbs and descends too hard. You get the strike. So I was grounded like 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, the EJET. I love the EJET. It's a great plane. Real life. It's cool in the sim. It has a couple issues, you know. I thought it might have been ready for NewSky, our virtual airline with FlyLex with NewSky, but Irishman removed it. Told him to put in the 306. 736 instead, because yeah, the EJET just does have a few too many issues. If you don't use VNav and just fly with LNav, you'll be all right. It's the VNav that can just be really funky sometimes, really funky. My last couple of flights I've done with it, I've pretty much just done vertical speed. I don't know, I get nervous with that VNav sometimes. It just does some weird crap. As long as you're ahead of it, you know, with the FMC, programming it, all that jazz, it's stable enough. But yeah, if you're doing any kind of career mode, I would be very cautious on using the EJET, because you're likely gonna run into an issue at some point. It may not be right away. I went on many flights and I had very minor issues. Most of them were the VNav issues, not a WASM crash. It took a while for the first WASM crash to happen with this last build, and I would assume there's gonna be a new build sometime soonish. Which, you know, hop in there and see how it is. I have a lot of fun with the EJET.
United 5045, contact Potomac approach 120.45.
The other thing is with the EJET, it's a plane that I've actually really able to test these rudder pedals on, because with my old rudder pedals, the EJET's kind of like all squirrely on the floor, but with these rudder pedals, like it's good, man. It's really good.
United 5045, Potomac approach, altimeter 29906, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 01 right.
Alright, 01 right.
Altimeter 29906, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 01 right. United 5045.
Alright, so we're going to exit to the left-hand side, and the terminal's pretty much right there, so it should be a nice, easy way to taxi on in to Dulles. That's my worry with him implementing exact model matching to fly, because that's force us to bug plane, force purchase planes we don't want to buy, like the 220 from Bert. Yeah, I hope he doesn't do the forcing. The poll was very clear. The poll said no. It did not, that us as a community did not want him to force the plane requirement. But like the example of this flight's technically supposed to be a CRJ 200. I don't have a 200. So what's going to happen in that situation? You know what I mean? It might be just the family, so you might be able to swap between, you know, CRJ 2 and, you know, 7, whatever. But yeah, if he does that, I won't be using it. With that, you know, that was one of the things with On Air's little airline career thingy. What I disliked about it is that you choose your plane up front, so you purposely change the plane, or choose a plane, and it generates routes for that plane. But you can only fly that plane for your routes that you checked, you know, that you generated. And I like the approach that APL has, Flightline has, and I understand from an aspect of a real life that is not real life. But you know what? That's why we do a sim. You know, not everyone of us has a cockpit, a homemade cockpit. That's just the 737 or the 320, etc. Right? We like to fly different planes because we bought these different planes for a reason. So we should be able to fly these different planes with whatever career mode we want. You know, if you want to do like a license, like the old car games would do, you know, license A, B, C, D, that kind of thing, that's cool. But if you restrict me to only fly that select plane for that route, I ain't using that career mode. That's not who I'm about. That's, you know, but that's what's cool about APL is APL, you get to choose your starting aircraft. And with APL, you can get, you know, money fast enough to be able to purchase another license for another aircraft. But yeah, the way that iFly is generated around, which is not grind, but enough grind. It would take, you know, for example, for me to get into an EJET, I need, what was it, like $14,000 or I don't know, $8,000, something like that. I barely have $1,000 in the account. Well, will be on Friday, and that's after I'm doing short hauls, so that's the reason why the hours aren't there. But I only get $70 a flight. So you know what I mean. So just to unlock the EJET routes, it's going to take me a long time, long time. And I am not flying the CRJ for, you know, whatever. I'm not quite sure what the math would be on that, but what, you know, what would the math be on that? Let me see. Now I'm curious, how many flights would I have to do with the CRJ? Let's just say, I don't know, what is it? $8,000? $70. I would have to do 114 hours of flights. 114 hours. Jesus, folks. So I averaged about 20 flights. So it'd be about almost 6 weeks. If I flew, all I flew was a CRJ. If all I could fly is a CRJ, it would take me, at my current pace of flying, 5 weeks to unlock the EJET. That's why I'm like, nope, if you do require you to fly that plane, no thank you. No thank you, not interested. Again, I understand from the realistic aspect, but no. No.
Altimeter 29 and 906, United 54-5.
But again, that's what's cool about APL is APL, you jump on in and, you know, you fly your... Most are like this. You choose your starting aircraft. You know, realistically, choose your starting aircraft, and most people fly their go-to plane, right? This one's different. You know, iFly Tracker it tells you what your starting plane's going to be in that aspect. And again, that's realistic, but from the simmer's aspect, I don't know if we all want that. You know, so it should be an option to force you to fly that plane or not force you to fly that plane. If he wants to do that. Again, the poll was very clear, so I'm sure he's fine with it. Hopefully he doesn't add it. We love to fly Legends like the MD-11. Yeah, for example. Yeah, for sure. So Noah wants the free flight for something that doesn't generate any. Yeah, dopamine. Yeah, 100% with you. You can get it for 5K or wait for your contract to end and get an EJET contract, and you keep both type ratings. Oh, interesting. I did that for my EJET and the 320 family. Oh, I didn't know you can do that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I still have to wait. I got another week and a half, I think, left on this current contract, and I like that as well. You know, there's the argument of both sides where, like, with iFly, you have to wait the whatever it is, 28 days or so, right? To get a new contract or to jump airlines, and I like that. It's a little realistic in there, not fully, but a little realistic. But I also like APLs where I can do a week of it, right? Week of it, and I can jump to another airline. That's up to you. And again, we have to balance out the simming and the real life aspect. We have to balance out both of those because we aren't real world pilots as much as we want to pretend we are. We all don't have the equal amount of time. You know, not everyone has 20 hours of downtime where they can do simming. So we have to really find that balance of what works best for everyone. And it's a hard thing to do. I would hate to be a developer trying to make a career mode. I ain't gonna lie, I'd hate to be a developer trying to make a career mode. Because no matter what you do, like, you're likely gonna be wrong. Because you're gonna tick off some people within the community who are using your mode and be like, nah, so I want this way, I want this way. It's a lose-lose battle.
United 5045, leave COP heading 165, expect radar vectors for
5 on that, that's looking good. Let's see, for real, especially aircraft we have under development planes like the current 787. Yeah, for example, it's 787. And you know, and then they're going to be, you know, the leave 165. There's going to be the 757 Bluebird coming out at some point, right? And the last thing you want to do is not be able to fly a plane that we just bought, you know, that we're super excited for. Am I supposed to turn here now? Yeah. Send and maintain 2,300. So yeah, I think forcing a certain aircraft to be used, especially for a month, you know, that's a lot.
Turn left, heading 115. United
Left 115.
United 5045, descend maintain 2,200 feet.
Descend maintain 2,200 feet.
2,200.
5045.
All right, we're 9 nautical miles out. Let's start getting flaps going. Bring that speed back. Let's get the speed brakes slowing us down. And flaps 5.
2,500.
I wonder if this is the storm that's coming on in. I'm not sure what direction it's coming from. I assume it's coming from the west. So this wouldn't make any sense, but...
United 5045, 4 miles from EDSCO, turn left, heading 035, maintain
035.
until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 01 right.
Alright, clear for the ILS. And approach
Turn
mode
left,
is armed.
Heading 035, 1,500 until established. Cleared ILS runway 01 right. United 5045.
Alright, 8 nautical miles out still, so we got a little bit of time. I'm going to bring in the map here.
5045, contact Dulles Tower 120.1. Have a good one.
Speed's looking
Over to Tower 120.1. United 5045.
good. Trying to listen to Lex and watch the game. Welcome in,
Dulles
Keith.
Tower, United 5045. ILS runway 01
Alright.
right.
That's like sometimes when we're in these sims and we're listening to Beyondatc, we're listening to Fsrealistic, got Cabby in the background, you got all these voices in her head. Sometimes it's just too much.
Runway 1 right cleared to land.
Alright, 1 right,
United
clear to land again. We're gonna exit
5045.
to the left. Jesus, look at that storm. Or haze, I guess. It's not a storm. Alright, localizer should pick up any second now. There it is. And then glide slope should be next. Let's get the gear down. There's glide slope. And there's runway in sight. We have crosswind currently at 12 knots. They said, let's see, 070 at 5. So yeah, it's going to be a crosswind landing. I've had some pretty rough crosswinds recently. It's rare that I get runway 1 right in Dulles. I feel like I'm normally landing south. Alright, autopilot's off my aircraft. I was running some issues with Flight Sim the last few days, where my performance started getting really weird. And I did everything I could think of. I cleared out shaders, what was the other thing I did? I did, the cache, you know, rolling cache, I cleared that out. I emptied out the index, scenery index, and reinstalled Beyondatc. And I realized it wasn't Beyondatc because I was loading into O'Hare, and O'Hare was like stuttery for me without traffic. And I was like, okay, something's wrong here. So then I did a driver reset. So I used display driver on installer to remove my drivers and then reinstall my drivers. And that seemed to fix everything. So something got goofed up there. I didn't have any new driver updates either, so I don't know. Something with Flight Sim. Every other title was fine. Although there's, I like I said, played Borderlands 4 yesterday, and that was kind of weird looking. Like, it wasn't as smooth as it should have, or normally looks.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Little high on this approach.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Little high on that one. We're gonna float a little bit too. There's touchdown. Good thing this wasn't a NewSky flight. Alright, reverse is coming out. Exit to the left here. Speed brakes disarmed. Flaps coming up. Landing lights are off. Welcome to Dulles.
Exit next available taxiway. United 5045.
I don't remember who makes this one, but Dulles is a very nice looking airport. Gooby says nice landing. Thank you for that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to park, and we'll do our next flight, which is going to be in South America. I have no idea where yet. So we're going to see what we have going on. See what kind of routes Irishman has done. If you can find a nice scheduled flight. Gotta find something short though, and I might do no long ones. That was the issue with South America when I flew a little bit with APL with I don't remember what airline, and it's just a lot of their routes were short. The other problem we're running into is South America is a lot of EJET, a lot of Airbus. I'm just gonna pick a gate here, not really Boeings. So we're probably just gonna have to do some random flight with, you know, a Boeing. I'm not sure who flies Boeings in South America, at least for the routes that Irishman has put together. Alright, parking brake is set over to the left-hand side. Let's go to... not that one. We're going to go to ground. Set the chokes. Request the ground. I'm going to clear out of Beyondatc. Let's request a jetway. This may not work. Yeah, some of them work, some of them don't. Just depends on if I park in the right spot. Up here at the top, let's go and get ground on. Down below us here. And then engine 1, 2. Cut off, complete the flight, and then we'll check what my scoring has been in iFly. Alright, so we're going to check career mode real quick to verify it's all calculating properly. So I have $901 in the bank, pending 224. Does it tell me my flight hours? Yeah, 15 hours, 18 flights. That would work probably about right, the math at least. That's what it normally is with APL at least. We can, I guess, verify it, right? Yeah, half hour for this flight. Landing rate was a 241. Really, that was hard. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of short hops in here. Half hours. Yeah, so I got the math would line up. Looks like it's calculating it all right. And then I have to generate a new schedule, right? Yeah, I have to generate a new one, but we're not doing that right now. Okay, next we're going to do is NewSky. Let's go to the main menu. Aero source has Boeing. All right, so let's launch up NewSky. So here's NewSky. We're going to book a flight, schedule passenger flight, and Irishman said there's a 736 somewhere. I guess we can go over to 800. It's not the end of the world. There's the 8... here we go. This flight... How long is this flight? How long is this flight? Let's check to see what flight this is. This is Flight Sim. It's in the title. SimBrief. SimBrief. I want to see how long this flight is. Like I said, I'm not doing a crazy long flight. I think this is a short hop, though. All right, so it's SEGU to SKBO. And 736. $618 nautical miles. That's way too long for me. All right, let's go back. How do you filter? All right, there's a short haul for us right there. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. Scroll on down here. This guy here. Do I have the 736 here? No. Do we have... Irishman, this isn't working out. And then the 736 isn't on here. Oh, it's right there. All right, yeah, there's no short haul flights for the 736. I don't like the way this filter works here. All right, let's bring it down. So we have this flight here. That's in the A321. Let's see, SULS to SAEZ. That's more our style, 218 nautical miles, but it's in the Airbus 321, which I have not flown in forever. Well, I guess this is what we're doing. This is in the Sharklet. I don't even know what... Okay, we gotta check to see what liveries I even have for that plane. 321. 321. It's the Sharklet. Which one was it? CFM Sharklet. 321 CFM Shark. Alright. Let's see, we got Air Canada. Yeah, we can do our Fly Lex livery. Let's just do that. Let's do our Fly Lex. That will solve the problem. You know how long it's been since I've been in the FENIX? Oh my gosh, this is going to be a disaster, folks. This is going to be an ultimate disaster. Alright, we're doing this flight. Let's book it. Oh, it must be within 10 minutes of departure time. Then just figure it out. Must be within at least 10 minutes before your departure. Just do it. What's the problem? Is 15... Do I have to change... Sorry. Oh, can I do it now? Must be... You must be scheduled at least 10 minutes before departure. What's that mean? It's currently 15:16 Zulu time. Departure time's at 15:20. What does that mean? Flight must be scheduled at least 10 minutes before departure. $30? Oh, there we go. Okay. That's weird. Alright. Let's go to South America. To Maldonado. That's gonna be dangerous. And I need to get a generated SimBrief. Gosh dang it. I don't have SimBrief connected with NewSky. I might have to set up oh Jesus. Who flies this in real life? What's let me see. Oh my gosh, can't type. All right, let's see who flies this in real life. Souls, gosh damn it. Souls Maldonado to Cristino. Oh god, I can't see the rest of that. Unknown. Alright, no one flies this in real life. Okay. Let's do the Avianca. They are AVA. Alright, that's their code. AVA. And then flight number is what? I'll just do 321. Departing from Souls, right? No. LS. Going to there. Alright, now they're doing the A321. And we're doing the CFM Sharklet. Generate. All right. Now, here's our airport. I definitely do not have any add-ons here. We got GA. All right, I guess we're just going to park here. I'll park there. Departing runway 8. It's going to be here, 8. All right, backtrack. Roger that. Let's load in. This might take a few moments. As I said, I haven't been in the FENIX for a very long time. Flight level 220, really. Ah, Latam, I didn't think about that. Not 25. 16 plus 10 equals 26. What the hell's the clapping for? Why are we clapping? Automatic crash reports want to help us fix. Sure, why not? Alright. Allow FENIX. What the hell is that? Allow. Alright. Why is my FENIX on? Okay, let's see if we can figure out a profile. I think I have a profile set up for the FENIX. So let's go to import. The 19, this should work. Import all. Replace. There we go. Alright, we got that working. Let's go here to Fsrealistic. Profile. We're going to copy it from that one, apply it. That's done. Okay, let's go over here. Go to settings. And my username. Okay. And then printer panel state cold and dark. Set default, activate. All right, now we're cooking with gas. All right, start flight tracker. Let's get Beyondatc loaded. And let's load up the FENIX. Fly. All right, Beyondatc is doing this thing. Now, how do I do this plane again? It's been so long. Load aircraft, insta load. And then we want to go here, sync, calculate. All right, then we go up here. External power on, battery 1 and 2. Get the pumps going. Get all that going. Crew supply on. Lights lighting up. Master switch. That going down there. And then over here, wait for that to pop up. Okay. And then while that's doing that, I need to go into my Mobiflight. And we need to set up the 319, which it's been so long, I gotta go find the profile for it. Mobiflight. Let's see, which one do I have for the 320? 320 EFIS. This one's from earlier this year, so this one should be good. Okay. We go here. We go next. No, we don't. What do we do? In it? Alright, request it. And then we can go to config, manual failures, nav. Let's go on down. Although we got that cheat that our good friend King Bob taught us. Morning, Tombstone. Alright. Got that all working. Now, flight number is AVA 321. cost index is 40. Cruising up to flight level 220. Okay, now we go next. Then we grab this stuff from the tablet. I remember that. Send to the MTQ. Back over here, send this to the MTQ. Go to ground services. Now we have that loading on in. Cool. And then we can go to performance. No. Then we go to flight plan, I guess. And then put in our departures and all that jazz. Let's get ATC clearance. Let's let that do its thing.
Avianca 321, IFR to Aziza Ministro Pistarini Airport.
It's slowly coming back to me.
Curbelo delivery, expect runway 08. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Lucio.
Lucio.
Squawk 2506.
2506. It's slowly coming back to me.
Expect runway 08. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors Lucio. Squawk 2506.
I do feel like I'm missing one step somewhere. I'm not sure where it is though.
321.
Alright, let's get the bleed on.
Avianca 321, read back correct.
External power is
Contact
off.
Tower 118.3
Disconnect
when
all
ready
that
for
jazz.
pushback or engine start.
And I don't think we need pushback, so we can just do engine start.
3 when ready. Avianca 321, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Altimeter is set. And then, let's see, let's go to startup only.
Avianca 321, ramp 2, request startup.
I am missing something. What am I missing?
Avianca 321, startup approved. Call when
Flaps
ready for
2
taxi.
up on the trim.
Affirmative, engine start approved. Avianca 321.
I feel like I'm missing something. I'm not sure what it is though. Alright, engine starts. So now we switch this over to start. Engine number 2. Get this over to system, auto. That's up. These guys set. And then this engine's going to automatically do its thing. Start the clock. Can't do that yet. Engine rotation's looking good. Holy smokes. It's been a while since I've been in the FENIX. I'm getting there though. We'll hear a click in just a second. There's the click. I'm going to start engine number 1. And then flaps are 2. Oh, that's not going to work. So we have to do flaps. To flaps 2. And then trim is up. So here. And then we want to go up to 0.7. There it is. That's 8. Back. There's 7. And go back to all here. And go max there. Okay. Good. Grand. Beautiful. Heard the click. APU's turned off. Taxi lights on. I think we're at whoops.
321, holding short, runway 08.
No, we're not. Hit the wrong button. Takeoff config.
Avianca 321, you are
Good.
nowhere near 08. Why in the world are you
Oh, we got
asking
company
for
messages. That's what I'm
departure
missing down here. All right, let's go down to company messages. Atsu.
Roger that.
Menu.
Avianca 321.
Received. Click here. Accept. Go back. Click here. Accept. Performance. Okay, that's looking good. Taxi to runway.
Avianca 321, taxi for departure.
James says I joined the stream and you're in South America flying an Airbus. What's going on? I know.
Avianca 321, runway
I was hoping to
08,
fly the
taxi via
306. I mean, sorry, the 37. Sorry, the
Runway
736.
08, taxi via
But
Delta.
the route
Avianca
was a long
321.
route one, and by the time I got this thing going, okay, parking brake released. Thought it was going up. This is the first time I've actually used these pedals in the FENIX too, so that's ought to be interesting. Alright, and then we're going to swing over here to the left. This must be a paid where I have, huh? Interesting. And we're going to take this down to Delta. Well, where the hell's Delta at? This is Delta. We're going to runway 8, so we're going to swing on left here. It's going to tell us to backtrack? Alright, up here at the top, let's do... Which one do we do? Hit that button, probably. It didn't say backtrack, runway 8. I must say ready for departure.
Avianca 321, ready for departure, runway 08.
Avianca 321, Capitan Curbelo Tower.
Alright.
080 at 8.
I'm surprised it didn't say backtrack, runway 8. I thought they added that in.
Cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 080, runway 08, cleared for takeoff. Avianca 321.
I hope Irishman knows what I'm doing for him right now. I hope he knows. Alright, we're gonna backtrack here. Swing around. I feel like the rudder pedals in this plane aren't... I have to do some tweaking. I'm not quite sure if I can adjust them or not, how to adjust them, but... Not quite feeling... Or maybe I'm just gotten so used to the bull wings, the PMDG's turning radius, but I thought the FENIX was pretty good too. Alright, I'm going to turn around up here and then take off heading 080. What if this is a freeware? I've done some flights in South America, it's just... I think I'm finally caught up in all of my add-ons. Alright, slow down, slow down, slow down. I don't know if I have my throttle set up either. I should probably test that. Let's just make sure the throttles are configured too. I don't think they are. Alright. Let's stop right here for a second. Let's go on down here and we go to menu, config, controls, throttle, calibrate. So we want to keep it idle here. Keep it idle here. Idle. Climb. I'm going to put climb. Yeah, I'm going to do... That's takeoff. Let's do climb there. Flex. Do flex there. And then take off there. Door. Alright, let's try that. So throttles, we want to bring this up to flex. There's flex. And let's go. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Heading 080 on departure. Winds are straight ahead. This plane does not have callouts, I believe. Rotate. Bring it up. Bring it up. Observate gear. Alright, 080 on the heading.
Contact Montevideo Center 126.3. Avianca 321.
Swing over to the
Have a good
left.
day. Montevideo Center, Avianca 321, 1,000 feet.
Okay. Boilers disarm.
Avianca 321, Montevideo Center, identified. Climb to flight level 110.
Go to climb mode.
Climb to flight level 110. Avianca 321.
Bring the nose down.
Avianca 321, turn right, heading 265.
Right 265.
Turn right, heading 265. Avianca 321.
Jesus. Alright, 265. And watching the flaps. Oh, I forgot to do takeoff lights, damn it. Or landing lights. Alright, flaps. Pull up. Phew. Okay. Okay. We're back. Alright, altimeter, pull. Can I do it here? Push it. Standard pressure. Alright, whatever. Bring up the nose. Wow, it's been so long I've been in the FENIX that I'm struggling to remember some of the stuff. I really am. Now I know I've flown the FENIX in with my Moza yoke a couple times, so that's not too bad. I'm using my default profile still. The Tony's iFly. It works at pretty much every single aircraft. Alright, we're gonna turn autopilot on. Let it do its thing.
Avianca 321, turn right, heading 330.
Turn right, heading 330. Avianca 321.
330. Alright, 330 in the box.
Avianca 321, climb to flight level 220.
Climb up to 220.
Climb to flight level 220. Avianca 321.
Now Lucio's where we want to go to, which is right there. So it's trying to get us on a better path for it, I assume.
Avianca 321, turn left, heading 265.
265, landing lights are coming off.
Turn left, heading 265. Avianca 321.
Alright, there's 265. Now we should get direct to Lucio in a second. Keith says, you're airbusing just fine, sir. Is your clock clocking? My clock is clocking. Thank you for that, Keith. Alright, there's Lucio. So we're going to go direct to Lucio.
Roger. We'll
Insert.
head direct Lucio, then resume own navigation.
And then we
Avianca
can go
321.
this button.
Thanks.
There we go. Alright, plane's doing its thing. Whew. Alright, we gotta put in our arrival airport info. That's down here. We're currently expecting runway 11, Zulu. And then we're gonna be doing the how to say that? Yumagachi. Insert. Alright, that's all set. And then we can put in our arrival stuff here for what is it? Here we go, for the approach. So, to get that, we can use our briefing panel. Go to weather. And go down to raw. And then the QNH is 1019. Pop that in there. The temperature is 28. The winds are 8 at 8. Alright, then the radio, the minimum, so let's put that in. Let's get that from the chart. ILS Zulu. That's going to be 102, really. 102. That's going to go here. Alright, so we have all that set for the arrival. That's all we have to worry about now. Now we're just letting the plane fly in its own. We're doing good, folks. We're doing good. Alright, so, now, how do we pull up? Arrivals at 1612, 182 nautical miles, 1612. Current time, really? Half hour? Alright, half hour will be on the ground. We will have to be doing about a 180 up here in the sky, so we'll see how this all works out. How's our external look? Fantastic. It's a beautiful Phoenix. A beautiful Phoenix, I say. I should probably get this guy updated. I forgot to do that for the last flight, my bad. Yeah, such a nice livery. Alright, coming up on 17,000. We're climbing up to 220. Is that right? Yeah, 220. Runway 11, we're going to exit to the left. Exit to the left, probably all the way at Hotel. Backtrack, Hotel, Delta, and then the terminal is going to be right there. Okay, so pretty straightforward arrival. Man, I don't know if I'm coming down with like a cold or if I just talked a lot yesterday and today, but the back of my throat kind of tickles. I was doing that last night, but then I got up, it was just fine. All of a sudden when I started talking more, it started kind of bothering me. Hopefully it's not a cold. Alright, come up on 19,000 feet. Alright, making our turn on over. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice, easy flight. I like this. Actually, we probably could have done one of the other flights. Oh well. Oh well. It's cool to be in South America. Like I was saying earlier, I flew for Avianca, I think it was, with APL. I think it also did Azul. I think I did both of them. I can't remember. But either way, But it's just a lot of the routes were longer flights, which makes sense because South America, the bigger cities are like really spread apart. Ujimai 7. I'll just let it do its thing.
Expect Ujimi 7 Alpha.
UGME 7.
Avianca 321.
I was saying it differently too. Alright, top of the descent's coming up right there. We're at our cruising altitude now, but in the FENIX, we do need to tell it to descend, so we'll keep that in mind. We gotta keep that in mind. 5,000 feet restrictions. It looks like they want us to fly over the airport, and then we're gonna do a 180. So we'll let Beyondatc direct us. But I'm gonna go ahead and put in 5,000 in the box. And we have about 80 nautical miles before we get to that spot, or top of descent. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna step away for just a few moments here, folks. So enjoy the sights and sounds of the Airbus.
Avianca 321, Ujimai 7 Alpha, runway 11. Report ready for descent.
Ujimi 7 Alpha, runway 11. Call when ready. Avianca 321.
Alright, welcome back. Perfect timing, got flyby. It did say we are ready for descent kind of thing, or we let it know when we're ready for descent. So, now our thing's saying top of descent's right up there. We can do it earlier if we want to, I suppose.
Avianca 321, descend to 2,000.
Oh, okay. They want us down to 2,200 feet.
Descend to 2,200 feet. Avianca 321.
Trying to just see what we got going on here. What the hell is that? Oh, that's okay. So let's put in. We can. Sorry, we can adjust this here. Let's do 5,000 feet. Yeah, let's do 5,000 there. Insert. That should move up our top of descent, which is there. And now we can tell it, descend. Now we are descending. Okay, cool. Everything's fine. Everything is just fine. Okay, yeah. Jeez, my throat is really getting to me now. Alright, good thing this last flight. Sorry. In terms of our, next week streaming, I don't know. We're gonna play every day pretty much by, we're gonna play by ear. Today is Sunday. I have tomorrow off technically from work, but I'm probably just gonna enjoy the day off, honestly. My wife and I are gonna do some errands in the morning, but probably just gonna enjoy the day off. Tuesday, probably won't stream Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Kind of see, I need to check out some things with work to see how things are gonna play out. Yeah, I think next week's gonna be really, it might be very limited streaming, honestly. Friday, I'm gonna go see a movie. No, sorry, that's Sunday. Yeah, so no streaming Sunday. Next week. Yeah, I don't know. Next week's gonna be pretty much up in the air. Kind of see how things fly. If there's something new that comes out, other than that, if nothing new comes out, probably not a whole lot of streaming next week. Probably not a lot. And the week after that should be a couple times. And then I think the week after that, I have a weird work schedule, so probably very limited streaming. And then the weekend, we have that Lord of the Rings concert we're going to see. So the next couple weeks might be limited streaming. Likely will be limited. I also don't have any videos in the pipeline either, so bear with me. Bear with me as much as you can. Apologize in advance.
Avianca 321, Ezeiza radar contact.
Okay, so I put 5,000 feet here. I probably should have put it here. Yeah, I should have put it there. I can't change it either now. I can readjust it, that's fine, whatever. Whatever, we'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird, because like I said, I reset my drivers. So I did the display driver uninstaller, use that, reinstall my drivers, and everything is pretty much back to my default settings with this, with NVIDIA. I did the rebar off. That's one change I've done based compared to my previous video. I even looked at some other videos just to see if I was doing something wrong, if I made some changes. And I made some of the adjustments, but yeah. Like the max refresh rate and all that stuff I've seen from Airborne Geek. That stuff doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. It's so, you know, like the setting stuff is so unique. It's so unique to each system and each version of Windows and peripherals you're using in terms of monitors, and it's so unique. So like I said in the video I made, my performance video, like less is more, I stand behind that. I stand 100% behind that. Like, I'm using very little changes in the video control panel, in the sim itself, and things work really well with these minor changes I've done to it. So if you're running into sim issues, I would suggest first thing to do is uninstall your drivers, your GPU drivers. So use display. What is it? What is it? Driver display uninstaller, or is it just driver display? Whatever. DDU. Use that. Uninstall your drivers. before you use a tool, I would suggest downloading the drivers from, you know, NVIDIA or AMD first, along with DDU. Have those both on your system. Then use DDU. Uninstall the drivers. Make sure you check the little box that says remove everything. It's going to remove all the, you know, all your settings. You don't want to save any of that stuff. Then have the system restart, what it's going to by default. Go ahead and install the new drivers, or the latest drivers. After doing that, force VSync on. I do that by default. So force VSync on. Do little tips I might have done in the video. And then use inspector to turn off rebar just for flight sim. That's one thing that's not in the video, but that's working better for me. That's it. Go fly. Because literally, those little changes, it was very, very well done for me. Alright, 10,000 feet, landing lights, taxi lights are on. All looking good. Gonna be a 5,000 restriction coming up. I don't know if there's any like music fans in here. I know King Bob's a music fan. I'm not sure if he's in today, but my wife and I, we both like Mumford & Son. M-U-M, Ford, and Son. Sons, with an S. And I think I talked about this before, but they were in the Chicagoland last year. I think it was early last year, or maybe it was October. And we missed out on that chance to see them. I was like, son of a gun. Well, they're going to be touring again, or they are touring again. And they're going back to Chicago, to Wrigley Field, in June. They're actually going to be in Wrigley Field the day before the expo. Thursday, the day before the expo. So tickets are on sale. Tickets are on sale, I think on Friday. 290. So we're trying to decide how it's all going to work out. First, we need to see the price of the tickets, because we don't have a lot of money to spend, right? So we're going to see, see if the tickets are reasonable. But being Wrigley Field, it's probably going to be a little pricey. The other option we have is they're going to be in Minneapolis on July 31st. It's about a 5-hour drive. We can stay with my father-in-law for the night. That's on a Monday, I think, or something like that. Monday or Tuesday or something. It's early in the week, I think, which isn't ideal. So we'll see what's cheaper, right? If you count in gas, food, see what the price is between that and Minneapolis and Wrigley Field. And Wrigley Field's gonna be a problem because of parking. So we gotta figure all that stuff out. But I'm super excited. Hopefully the tickets are good, or reasonable. We're also gonna see. There's a comedian. He's Scottish. I think he's Scottish, Irish or Scottish, one of the two. Daniel Sloss, yeah. He's going to be in Chicago in November, so we're excited to see him too. We haven't got the tickets yet because we're trying to figure that part out, but they're not too bad. He's actually going to be in Chicago, and then he's also going to he's in Milwaukee like a couple days before that. So we're trying to decide which should we go to Milwaukee or should we go to Chicago. The Milwaukee one's slightly cheaper, but if you factor in gas,
Turn right.
you know, kind of balance that stuff out. So we'll kind of see him. I'm interested in. I got to compare all the pricing stuff. The thing is, it's in November, so November is like, you know, kind of the beginning part of winter time here. So there's that concern of like the weather playing a factor into it all. And of course Wrigley Field's outdoors, so there's that factor with Mumford and Sons to see if like that's going to cause any problems. But we'll see. We'll see. Those are things. It's wild to think that we've lived in the Chicagoland area now for 5 years, right? Yeah, 5 years. Coming up on 6 years at the end of this year, but 5 years, 5.5 years. And we're finally starting to actually do things. One is we have a little, you know, little extra income finally. I'm doing better financially than before, and health issues and all that stuff was a big problem. You know, so like things are finally working out in our favor to where we actually can go and do things in the area. And that's one of the reasons why we moved here, is because, you know, just a lot of things that we have interest in will be in a big city like this, you know, bigger city. We don't live in Chicago, but, you know, a suburb of Chicago where it's not too bad. This year, we have a lot of things going. This year we have a lot of things going on compared to the previous. It's crazy the amount of stuff. So, like I said, we got Lord of the Rings next month. It's a concert in Chicago, which we're excited about. And then, I thought there was something in April, but maybe not. I want to say there's something in April, but I feel like I'm missing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of the Diablo DLC. May is. We have friends coming up, and we're going to go see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which we're big Star Wars fans, so we're super excited for that. And June is the Expo and potentially Mumford and Sons. July is technically Oshkosh, but I'm not sure if we're going to see Oshkosh, my father-in-law and I, or not. We skipped last year. We saw the year before. We went the previous 2 years. So July might actually be a good opportunity for us to go to. We were talking about going to Ohio to go see the museum there, the Air Force Museum. So that might be a good one for that. And then August was. I think there's something going on in August too. Maybe not. Maybe August there's nothing going on. August and September. September she has a concert in Minneapolis. Yeah, so almost every other month or so we have something going on. At least right now. I think there's movies in between all that probably, which isn't, you know, anything major. Okay, so 5,000 restriction here, coming up over at EZE. And then our landing altitude is 23. They give us clearance down to, I think, 23, right? I thought they said you said maintain like 220. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put in through 2,000 feet. Yeah, but we still have the restrictions, so I'm not worried about that right now. It's going to be after EZE where we'll start to continue to descent. And we should be on the ground sane at 17. So another 13 minutes or so. And then on arrival, what I say, exit to the runway 11.
Lima Victor Hotel
Exit to the
Uniform
left.
Mike.
Probably at
Clear
hotel
direct
at the end. All the way at the end.
cross RSS at or above 2,200 feet. Cleared
Fly over the
ILS
airport and then turn around.
11.
Clear direct ARSA. Cross ARSA at or above 2,200 feet. Cleared ILS. Zulu runway. 11 Lima Victor Hotel Uniform Mike.
This isn't bad, like South America. Some of the
Turn left, heading 235.
some of the things in South
Turn
America are
left,
pretty rough.
Heading 235. Avianca
So we're going to turn
321.
left 235 for some reason. I'll let you do your thing, Beyondatc. He's probably trying to get us off, so we don't have to do a sharp 180 up here. That's my guess. I'm surprised we're doing this so early. I thought we were going to at least easy E. Tony, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. We're on our way to Buenos Aires, Argentina. We departed from Maldonado.
Avianca 321, turn right, heading 290.
Yeah, so they're trying to get us lined up better for the arrival.
Turn right. Heading 290.
290.
Avianca 321.
We're flying in our custom fly Lex livery, available exclamation point livery, files, exclamation point files. And we're doing this flight, there's an airport right there. Doing this flight on NewSky, which are a virtual airline, by Lex. Irishman set this route up. He said he did a bunch of South America flights. They're all longer hauls, which isn't ideal for me on stream. Like, I'm fine doing. I've opened up the doors now to do flights that are longer than 300 nautical miles off stream. On stream, though, I still want to stick with flights that are under 300 nautical miles. I feel like if I do longer hauls, there's that. It's not ideal. Short little flights where the action is, you know what I mean? And then I end up losing things to talk about. Alright, let's go ahead and continue our descent. So we're going to go to vertical speed. And that should be good. I think we'll get a vector here to turn. I think. Alright, and then speed. I could probably go, let's see, where are we at? Airport's right. Where the hell's the airport at? Oh yeah, that's the airport right there. Okay. So, let's go down here and activate the approach then. Approach phase, activate, confirm. That's going to slow us on down. And then what are we doing for landing? Flaps are 3. Up here at the top, we want to configure flaps 3. Alright, so speed's coming on back. Looking grand. I hope it doesn't bring us all the way out here. It might bring us all the way out here to, what's it say, Abbott? Arbot? Maybe Arbot. But I don't think so. I think it's going to intercept. We're going to have us turn over to the right here and intercept the ILS. Bring up that vertical speed just a little bit. A little bit. Alright, standard. Altimeter 3003. But to verify that though, it's Q and H. And it is 1016. This has to be correct, or else you get dinged with NewSky. I don't like that. I don't know why that's why that's a deal. Like, I understand it's just another thing in the track, so it makes it unique. But I don't like it. No, sir, I do not like it. Bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.6 Lima Victor Hotel Uniform Mike.
Alright, any second now, I think we'll get a vector over to the right. I thought about jumping into FS HUD this weekend. I haven't done it yet. I have no reason to. If I do FS HUD, then I have to turn on... Then I have to get the injector, FSLTL injector, and run that as well. Just another thing I don't want to do. But it'd be kind of cool to test out again. It's been a bit since I tested it. I like to keep up to date with it.
Avianca 321, turn right, heading 355.
All right, here we go. 355.
Turn right, heading 355, Avianca 321.
All right, I'm gonna go LS, 11 nautical miles out. And we'll do approach mode momentarily. Speed's looking good. Spoilers are armed. Very, very good. Alright, signs, landing gear, and flaps.
Avianca 321, 4 miles from CF11, turn right, heading 085, maintain 2,200 feet until established. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 11.
Alright, approach mode is armed.
Turn right, heading 085, 2,200
There's
feet
traffic nearby.
until established. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 11, Avianca 321.
Localizer's been captured. Glide slope will be next. We are 12 nautical miles out. We'll go get those flaps going in just a few moments. Barry, this is NewSky. This is Irishman South America, one of his scheduled flights he set up. There's not a lot of short flights on there. It does make me want to jump into a South America airline now. Alright, 10 nautical miles coming up. Get our first notch of flaps out.
Avianca 321, contact Isa Tower 118.6. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Over to tower 118.6, Avianca 321.
Alright, let's see if I can nail a FENIX landing after...
Tower, Avianca
I don't know,
321.
what, a month?
ILS Zulu runway
Has it been a
11.
month or longer? It might have been longer since I've last been in a FENIX.
Avianca 321, Isa Tower, wind 050 at 9er, runway 11 cleared to land.
I don't think it's been a... Well, yeah, I think a month.
Runway 11
I think we
cleared to
checked
land.
not too long ago.
Avianca 321.
Alright, flaps 2.
Argentina 1266 heavy, contact Isa departure 120.45.
Glide slope should be picking up any second now. Champ says, I wish there was a good sceneries for airports in South America as well. Feels like there isn't many. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. Like the bigger airports, yeah, but there's not a whole lot in South America. Alright, speed coming back. Coming up on 6 nautical miles out. Let's go and get those gears down. There goes the gear. A little squirrely up here. Alright, gotta remember, this is a fly-by-wire. 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 Don't fly it like a Boeing. I don't think that I have a paidware or freeware at this airport. Pretty sure I don't. I went through the list shortly after Irishman posted the stuff, and I didn't have as much time as I wanted to make it all happen, so I might have missed something. But I don't think I've ever flown in... Well... Yeah, I don't think I've ever flown into this airport before.
Runway 35 cleared to land. Runway 35 cleared to land. Bondi 5045.
Alright, autopilot is off. My aircraft. Wish me the best, folks. Wish me the best. First landing in a FENIX in a very, very long time. little off our glide slope. Let's let that adjust. Get a bit of a crosswind.
1,000.
Right now we're a little high. Just making very fine adjustments. Very, very fine adjustments. I'm struggling trying to maintain a good vertical descent here. Crabbing in just slightly. Hold on, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Gently. Off center line.
100 above.
Be above 50. I don't know if there's a call out here.
Minimum 40, 30,
Idle.
20, retard. 10,
Come on, get down, buddy. Get down.
5,
Get down. Touchdown. Just off the center line. Gonna get dinged on that one. Reverser. I have to give this a lot more input with the rudders than I do with the FENIX. I mean, than with the 737. All right. Welcome to Buenos Aires. Buenos Aires. We'll take this all the way down to the end of the runway, then we'll take a left. I don't think that's going to be a 10. If I had to guess, I would doubt it's going to be a 10. Didn't feel like a good 10. I'm going to guess like a 9. I think I got dinged on the center line. And then I also got dinged on the takeoff lights. Landing lights, sorry.
Next available taxiway.
I didn't turn them on departure. I didn't turn them on departure, right? Yeah, I didn't turn them on. Is there a way to adjust the rudders for on the MTQ in this plane?
Avianca 321, contact ground 121.75.
They feel really different compared to the
Ground
Turtlebeach.
121.75. Avianca 321.
Maybe I just gotta go slower. Maybe I'm just used to going faster. Let's look while we're taxiing, because that's not dangerous. Configure controls. We have thrust,
Over to tower 118.6 Iberia.
side stick and rudder. Side stick rudder. Yeah, that'd be what we want, right? Rudder pedals. That's the flaps. Okay, so you can adjust the rudder. You're 0 now. I don't know if you can adjust the sensitivity or what. That's just dead zone though. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything. Oh crap, got to turn landing lights on. Or off. Alright, let's get the APU firing up. So master switch and on. Turn the overlay off. What's going on over here? Looks like they're fighting.
Bondi 5045, gate 3 taxi via Golf, Charlie.
I always feel like I'm going so slow in the FENIX.
Golf, Charlie, Bondi 5045.
So that plane landed Runway 35, it looks like. That's interesting. Man, there was the flight I did. It was in Cuba or Mexico, something like that. There was so much traffic. It was so cool. It was really weird. The other thing we don't take advantage, or we don't take note of in flight sim, is that how everything's not just flat now. Like, just looking here, you can see just a little bumps like in real life. Grass is gonna dip in and all that jazz. I don't think we look at those little details as much. Why is there a British Airways here? There are so many planes here. Why are there so many planes here? This is crazy. I guess we're going to the left. That's a lot of planes for... I guess this is probably a big airport, but I don't have an add-on for it. Maybe that's probably why. So many planes. It's crazy. Look at that little GA plane taking off there. Or taxiing. There's a plane taking off on runway 11. P2's back. P2, you made it back? How did, is your game over with? Who won? If you're willing to share. Spoiler alert, just in case. Alright, we're gonna park on over here. Do you have displacement mapping on? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I was reading that someone turns it off, or not reading, but what is it? Aviation Geek. He turns it off for IFR. I just keep it on all the time. Let's not talk about the game. Oh, Jesus. That didn't sound good, P2. GPU connected chocks, and then toggle the jetway. Perfect. External power is on. Down below here. Normal, and those all off. Perfect. Let's close our flight. Cool. Let's see how we did. A 996. I will take a 996. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than what that score is. 996, $22,000. Very good bunny for Irishmen. Long landing. That was the only issue I had. Long landing. By just a little bit too. 796. It was 784. So I barely had long landing too. That's not bad. Landing rate was a 237. That's pretty darn good. The last FENIX flight I'd done, I think, was in NewSky. Well, it definitely wasn't here. It would have been in... Oh, I didn't do a single one in January on NewSky. December on NewSky. I definitely did one since then. Let me check APL real quick. I'm curious now. Let me see. Let me load up APL. Airbus for the win, not. That's a good flight, though. That's a very good flight. Thank you, Irishman, for putting that together. Alright, let's check, because I would have definitely kept track of it here with APL. Yeah, definitely not an iFly. I know that. Alright, so last FENIX flight I've actually done was when? Look at this. 170 flights, Jesus. Holy smokes. Okay, maybe it has been over a month. MD-11 when I went on the MD-11 kick. 306. Alright, here we go. January 9th. Yeah, so it's been, like, what, 6 weeks since my last FENIX flight. Wow. And even before that, like, I hadn't flown it much either. Look at this. And then the previous one to that... Holy smokes, when was that one? There we go. 12/17. That was 3 weeks. Okay, I remember that one. I remember we talked about that on the stream. And then I had him in there for a while, flying the 319. Wow. Yeah. So pretty much the tail end of December into now, like I haven't really flown the FENIX at all. It's a good plane. It's one of my favorite planes. Not the 321, but the 319. Man, the performance I'm getting here, even with traffic, this is crazy. This is wild. Cool. Well, thank you all for spending some time with me this Sunday morning, about 2 hours. Probably not since Moza yoke. No, I did fly it a little bit with the Moza yoke. I was testing it out, but around that time is when we had a lot of stuff come out. The MD-11 came out, the 738 came out, right? There's just a lot of stuff coming out around that time. Lex choosing fun over FENIX. Jesus, that's hardcore. That shot's fired right there. But again, thank you guys so much for spending some time with me here Sunday. Flying these two routes are really, really cool. This one from Irishman is really awesome. And again, I don't know when the next stream will be. But of course, as always, I'll have it in Discord on the events. So, ! Discord. If you're not a Discord member, come join our community. And I'm not quite sure the next video is going to be either, so we'll see how things work out. But again, thank you so much for spending some time with me on Sunday. Thank you, Maddie, for the $4 this morning as well. Much appreciated. And we'll see you all for the next stream and in Discord. Take care, everyone.